The decision is not new. I remember I was at the commission of the decade of evangelism, and Archbishop Rowan Williams was our chair, and Dr. Cyril Okorocha at that time was the coordinating missions office secretary, and he did a fantastic job of bringing out the reports from all the Anglican world of the fulfillment or not fulfillment of the decade of evangelism. And I remember we had a midway decade of evangelism review in Kanuga, and the whole world was represented, and we all offered reports encouraging one another. Unfortunately, the signs were there, because the General Secretary of the Anglican Communion at that time, Peterson, gave his opening address that many of us from Africa and other parts of the world did not understand. And he was implying at that time that the Anglican Communion must be all-inclusive, and that the triumphalism of some of the gospel narratives was alienating some of the people. So we didn't know that grammar at that time until I came to Lambeth 1998. And when we came to Lambeth 1998, the day we resumed, that very day, Cyril Okorocha was removed from office and his office of evangelism closed down. And we were hit on day one by another agenda entirely. And I was shocked, because that day we saw people with ribbons of rainbow all over the place, journalists, clergymen, and they were interviewing clergy, and we didn't bishops, and we didn't understand what was going on until the Bishop of New Hampshire at that time, I've forgotten his name now, he's dead. He said that Africa's Christianity was just a mile away from witchcraft. Yeah, and then another interview, he also said that that Africans are not educated enough to understand the things of the science of the world in theology. And many other comments went on until we got to the plenaries, and we found out that the agenda in 98 was discussing about whether Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 and Genesis 3 were true or not. And that there are other discoveries of family life which had to do with homosexuality. We were shocked. I would never forget what Archbishop Daniel Deng said. He interrupted the sessions and said, even what married couples do in secret, they don't talk about it in open. How can we be talking about such an obnoxious lifestyle in the open? In any event, we voted, and majority carried the votes, that we will uphold what has come to be known now as Lambeth Resolution 110. Now, that has been in contest till date. And every Archbishop of Canterbury has always wondered what to do with that resolution, because it was done in England, it was done in Kent, and it was ratified by the bishops of the world. And the Archbishop of Canterbury is number one among equals. How could he violate himself? So we're pretty hopeful that in the time of Welby, he will be a martyr for the word of God. But the pressures around the world and in England has now invaded the church, and the Church of England has caved in to the God of this world. And I have only one question to ask. Where is the courage of Latimer? Where is the courage of Archbishop Cranmer, who was roasted for this same Bible and prayer book? Where is that courage? And I'd say that from the background of people in Pakistan who have been killed for the faith, of people in northern Nigeria, of people in Sudan, and in many parts of the world who have held on to the scriptures and have been martyred for this same faith. And just for the sake of standing for the faith against a perversion of sexual orientation, people are caving in. I mean, two things for me. One is, where is that courage? But the second one is, where is a gentleman? A gentleman is worth his words.
Yeah.